Cryptocurrency or virtual currency is a digital token of exchange that is an application of a technology that is called blockchain. From the get go, this subject involves a lot of technical jargon such as blockchain, mining, etc. This presentation attempts to break down blockchain to its absolute bare bones, just enough to understand the various legal concerns related to it. I've linked in depth readings and resources in the description for those interested in attaining a deeper level of understanding in the subject. We know the technology of image processing is applied to edit images in applications like Photoshop or Instagram. It is also used in medical diagnostics through MRIs and scans. Similarly, blockchain is a technology which is applied to create virtual currency like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it can also act as an online notary system or it can help manage smart contracts. Blockchain is the underlying technology upon which the digital payment system called cryptocurrency is based. The simplest way to define blockchain is as a distributed ledger system. Let's take the example of five friends A, B, C, D, and E. They have amongst themselves 200 mango bites and they've decided to split it equally. They are then using a ledger system to keep track of the mango bites spent and received by them. When A makes an entry into the ledger, noting that A gave B 10 units, B, C, D, and E can all see the entry because it's a distributed ledger system and all participants are equally entitled to make changes. Now the participants continue to note their transactions, and each of these friends can see the entire history of the transactions and are aware of the total units in circulation. A makes an entry that he gives to E 40 units. B, C, D, and E, who can all see this transaction being recorded, eventually realize that something seems amiss. A had 40 units to begin with. A already gave 10 to B and 20 to C. So, where did A even have 40 units to give to E? Therefore, B, C, D, and E reject this transaction from the ledger. This ledger that allows all its participants to see the changes being made to it and makes transparent the total units in use in history and relies upon the consensus of the majority of the participants is a bite-sized illustration of how blockchain works. Each block in a chain consists of a ledger, a timestamp, and a unique hash value, and another hash that is a part of a sequence in line with the blocks before and after it, and something called a proof of work. The hash sequence changes the moment the contents of a block are altered. This allows for the alteration or change to be noted immediately. The proof of work is actually like a solution to a mathematical puzzle that has to be provided each time a block is added to a chain. This proof of work is meant to slow down the process of the creation of a new block, and it's one of the security measures involved in blockchain. A proof of work is designed in accordance with the strength of the network, and it takes at least 10 minutes to complete making one proof of work. Think of the proof of work like the steps in a math exam. Let's take the interaction between a student and her math teacher. The student is aggrieved because she did not get full marks despite her solutions being spot on. The teacher posits that the student did not produce the steps on paper, which is why the teacher could not know how the student arrived at the solution. The student goes on to wonder why the steps are necessary. The teacher clarifies by saying that the steps provide us proof to understand that the student provided the answers using those steps and didn't simply lift it from somewhere else. The proof of work in a blockchain is also something like that. It's the steps or the proofs that you've really put in the work to add a new block to the chain. The blocks that we saw are chained together in a sequence, with newer blocks being added at the end of the chain. Hence, the system has earned its name of blockchain. Blockchain technology, like we saw in the Mango Bytes example, is based on consensus. When A added a transaction to the ledger, everybody else immediately rejected it because they could verify that the transaction was false on the basis of the total units available to each person in circulation. Blockchain depends on consensus. When a new block is added to the chain, its solutions are verifiable by all pairs on a P2P network. Certain cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, allow entities called miners to verify and maintain the integrity of the blockchain in exchange of earning bitcoins themselves. This process of competing to verify the integrity of the blockchain and maintaining it is called mining, which is done for the incentive of earning bitcoins or other forms of cryptocurrency that allow mining. Miners, along with the transacting parties, are each a key and equal agency in maintaining the security and integrity of the chain. At the very beginning, it was seen that cryptocurrency earns its name from the element of cryptography that is involved in the system. So, what then are the cryptographic elements involved in blockchain? Cryptography has been defined as the art or science of obscuring or protecting information. The first element of cryptography that we find in blockchain is that of a digital signature. There is a unique combination of public and private digital signatures that are used to maintain the privacy in a blockchain. In fact, a private key exists which is not only unique to each user but also unique to every transaction. The second cryptographic feature is that of the hash sequencing of blocks. Blocks are numbered in a sequence, and this hash value and sequence is encrypted within the block itself with finality. The moment the contents of the block is touched, the value changes. The proof of work, which is the final element of cryptography involved, consumes time and computational and processing power of each participant before a new block can be added to the end of the chain. This restricts the number of blocks that can be submitted in an hour to 6 maximum. So, hypothetically, if somebody is trying to make a change in the blockchain, they will have to add a large number of blocks after making a change to the block. But they are restricted in the number of blocks they can make by proof of work. At the time when Bitcoin became a thing, there weren't as many cryptocurrencies. But after the boom of Bitcoin, thousands of cryptocurrencies have cropped up, leading there to be a market of unregulated digital tokens. There is no commonly accepted definition of what cryptocurrency is. Satoshi Nakamoto, who created Bitcoin, presented Bitcoin as a decentralized form of finance without any intermediary, and with miners protecting the integrity in exchange of compensation. Without legal recognition and regulation, Bitcoin ceases to be a currency. Across different jurisdictions, it is treated differently under law. This lack of uniformity drives uncertainty around the future of cryptocurrency. In Canada, for example, all institutions that deal in virtual currency are required to report the same to a financial regulatory authority. And cryptocurrency service providers are themselves treated as money service businesses. In the US, cryptocurrency is treated as property for tax purposes but also recognized as a decentralized form of finance. Israel treats cryptocurrency as taxable property throughout and not as a form of finance. This brings us to the first question of legality: the lack of uniformity across jurisdictions. Certain jurisdictions have restricted the use of Bitcoin, like China, where a banking ban has been imposed, akin to 11 other jurisdictions in the world. Cryptocurrency has a high degree of anonymity and privacy attached to it. The anonymity is favorable to illicit transactions and laundering of criminal proceeds. Certain protocols need to be mandatorily absorbed into the design of cryptocurrencies to enable success of anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing mechanisms. Regardless of the jurisdiction, Money laundering preventive legislations mandate disclosure of the identity of the parties transacting in order for the transactions to be traced and accounted for accurately. This must be extended to cryptocurrency by ensuring protocols allow for disclosure of identity when necessary. The underground website of Silk Road is an example of this. It acted as an aggregator marketplace for illicit items and transacted in 33.6 million bitcoins that was seized from the founder when he was arrested. For evading tax, overseas shell corporations and bank accounts in the tax havens of the world, such as Mauritius and Cayman Islands, are very common. Cryptocurrency may as well be already acting as a tax haven, enabling transactions worth large sums to be carried out without tax implications. Blockchain based tokens are based on protocols that are unique to each token system, and certain protocols may allow for more anonymity and hidden identity than others. Incidents of mass attacks and hacking of decentralized finance exchanges, such as Binance, expose the vulnerabilities in the design of the tech itself, which makes it susceptible to hacking and can further jeopardize the rights of consumers, contrary to the intended result of Bitcoin. $2 billion worth of cryptocurrency have been stolen through hacking and massive security breaches since the year 2017. The claims of cryptocurrency's hyper-secure traits may actually be too good to be true. There is also a fear related to the possibility of collusion among miners, who hold 51% of the computing power among them, which gives them the ability of monopolizing mining and undermining the integrity of the blockchain. What seeks to eliminate banks also exposes this technology to attacks, and incidents of miners' collusion threaten the integrity of the use of blockchain as finance or currency. This was about it. It covered cryptocurrency in a nutshell and it touched upon the legal concerns related to cryptocurrency. I have linked all the sources that have been used for making this video in terms of where did I get the information from in the description. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was informative.